Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Cessna 140 Quebec, roger, frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved, thanks.
Alright. Radios, set frequencies.
Archer 50 uniform report circling for runway 18. Traffic departing runway 13 will be at Gulfstream.
Okay, I'll report circling 2450 uniform.
134 midfield on the right downwind for 13, requesting full stop.
Gulfstream 236 Foxtrot Sierra, runway 13, line up and away traffic. 2 miles final, be circling for runway 18 to Archer.
Okay.
Okay, line up and away runway,
So this seems to have something in it. How do you clear it?
Turn left Alpha 3.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
on Alpha 3, we'll see.
Flight plan here.
Flight plan there.
Archer 2450 uniform, we are circling for 18.
Archer 50 uniform, roger, expect your clearance on final.
Expecting clearance on final, 50 uniform.
Gulfstream 236 Foxtrot Sierra, runway 13, clear for takeoff.
Here's what I'm going to do.
First takeoff runway 13.
Looks like it's gone. Oh no, the pink's still there.
Stop.
Correct, full stop, 34.
34, roger.
So what's still there?
They'll call your base.
I saw a pink line there. Still. No, it looks like it's
6, turn
gone.
right on Alpha, hold short of runway 18.
Turning right on Alpha and holding
Okay.
1806. Provo Tower, Cessna 6948, golf, just departed off runway 30, Spanish Fork Lake, full stop at Provo.
Alright, so we definitely want,
Remember, who was that last one calling Provo?
You keep going.
Cessna 6948, golf, we have the weather.
I'm putting this in there.
Hi, Dan, Cessna 6948, golf.
okay, I'm gonna get the weather here.
Services
Okay.
are available from Salt Lake Approach on transponder-equipped aircraft only. Use caution for a crane quarter-mile east of taxiway Alpha. Use caution for bird activity in the vicinity of the airport. Advise our initial contact. You have information. Hotel.
5 miles southeast, overnight.
Information what?
Hotel.
Hotel.
1856 Zulu observation. Wind 210 at 7.
With hotel.
Visibility 10. Few clouds 4,500. Few clouds 8,000. 20,000
Cleared low approach, 50 uniform.
Temperature 02. Dew point minus 02. Altimeter 3030.
North Carolina,
Visual approach runway 13 in use. Landing and departing runway 13. Departure request advise ground control of direction of flight.
Enter our left
Primary
downwind
radar
runway 13,
unavailable.
report midfield.
Services are
Left
available
downwind
from
13
Salt
or
Lake
report
Approach on transponder-equipped aircraft only.
Here, I'll get out of this
For a
shit.
crane quarter-mile east of taxiway Alpha.
Thank you. Do you send a maintain
Is it 1194?
Advise on initial contact. You have information. Hotel. Bravo Tower information. Hotel.
Yeah, 1094 for ground.
Observation. Wind 210. 236 Fox Sierra climbing out of 6,000. 200 for 4,500. Few clouds 8,000. 20,000 scattered.
3030, traffic 12 o'clock at a mile inbound. Another
Let me show you something real quick.
5,200.
So you go like this. Let's say tower frequency 125.3. 1253.
Okay, roger.
You hit transfer and it automatically swaps it.
Instead
Instead of hitting enter, well, depends on what you want to do.
I was just trying to turn it off so I could hear the weather.
Caution for
Get
bird
him.
activity in the
Stop
vicinity
talking.
of the airport. Advise on initial contact. You have information. Hotel. Bravo Tower information. Hotel. 1856 Zulu observation. Wind 210 at 7. Visibility 10. Few clouds 4,500. Few clouds 8,000. 20,000 scattered. Temperature 02. Dew point minus 02.
Hold on the rack for
Altimeter
inbound
3030.
runway 13
Visual
taxi.
approach runway 13 in use. Landing and departing runway 13. Departure aircraft advise ground control of direction of flight. Primary radar unavailable. Radar services are available from Salt Lake Approach on transponder-equipped aircraft only. Use caution for a crane quarter-mile east of taxiway Alpha. Use caution for bird activity in the vicinity of the airport. Advise on initial contact. You have information. Hotel. Bravo Tower information. Hotel 1856 Zulu observation. Wind 210 at 7. Visibility 10. Few clouds.
Alright. So you went to flight plan, you're just putting in all the points?
Yeah. So I'm jumping ahead so you can focus on other things. We're not going to, we'll have the flight plan, but I'll have you navigating off of the nav aids.
A mile and a half final, report the traffic inside.
Okay, flight instrument. Fine. We'll get ATIS. Oh, we got ATIS. Flight and indicator.
Helicopter 227 Whiskey Mike, where would you like to land? Helicopter 227 Whiskey Roger. Taxiway Charlie, cleared to land. Sunset 48 Golf, number 2 following Diamond Star half-mile final, runway 13, cleared to land.
Chart unavailable.
You want me to go?
Yeah, you're ready.
Okay.
I'm ready to go whenever you are. And as you go out there, so you'll put in the FFU 116, and we'll talk about this, about how to do that on here.
You want to stop and talk now, or?
Well, when you do the run-up.
Okay.
434, continue down to Alpha 4.
Hi, Miss, did you get clearance to taxi?
Not yet. I usually come up here and get it.
Okay.
We're doing a southbound departure, right?
That's right. We're going southwest bound.
Provo ground, Cessna 738 Juliet Delta is at TAC Air with information. Hotel ready to taxi for southwest departure.
738 Juliet Delta, Provo ground. Runway 13 taxi via Alpha Bravo Alpha, cross runway 18.
Runway 13 taxi Alpha Bravo Alpha, cross runway 18, 738 Juliet Delta.
Low 34, turn left, Alpha 4, pass behind an outbound Cessna off attack air, and taxi ramp via Alpha.
Get straight up. Now the vacuum thing was doing that earlier. When your power is low, you're going to get that.
Yeah, I've noticed that in this plane too.
It's kind of annoying. So he cleared you to cross 18, correct?
Yep.
There's a Diamond Star.
It's going to come behind us.
Copter. Runway's clear on my side.
Yep, looks clear over here.
Airmed 20 medevac, Provo Tower. Provo altimeter 3030, south transitions approved. And out of Provo Canyon, the helicopter, say again. Helicopter 717 Charlie Lima, Provo Tower, verify you have information, hotel. Helicopter 7 Charlie Lima, report a mile north, expect to land on taxiway Charlie. Cessna 48 Golf, hold short of taxiway Alpha and say destination. Golf, you can taxi to the north hangars via Bravo Charlie, cross runway 18. Cessna Juliet Delta, traffic will be left or right in front of you onto Bravo. Airmed 20 medevac, traffic 12 o'clock, 6 miles northwestbound along the freeway. Altitude indicates 5,700, type unknown, and frequency change approved. Have a good one.
All right. And this is a Garmin 750 or 650?
750. 650 is small.
I have a simulator on my iPad. I can practice with this too. So
yeah.
All right. Run up. Parking brake set. Doors, windows closed and locked. Flight controls. Right. Back. Left. Rudder. Okay. Fuel selectors on both.
Charlie Lima, traffic southbound on taxiway Charlie to Cessna. They'll be turning off into the hangars momentarily.
Rich.
Taxiway Charlie, wind calm, cleared to land, and then air taxi to TAC Air via Charlie Alpha.
$1,700 mixture. Magnetos. Both are good. Carb heat is working. Engine gauges. All look fine. Vacuum gauge looks good. Throttle, idle.
1212, Bravo Tower.
Seems fine.
Runway 13, clear for takeoff.
Fuel quantity we already checked. Flaps are up. Emergency briefing. So, you want me to give the emergency briefing?
Yep.
Okay. So if we're going down the runway and we have a problem with the engine, we'll just land. If we have enough room, if we're less than 700 to 1,000 feet AGL, then and we have an engine problem, we'll just go straight and try to find somewhere to land in a field. If we're above that, we'll try to turn around, land on taxiway or the runway.
Okay.
Transponder set to alt. Pitot heat, we don't need now. Landing light is on. Oh, I didn't know that button would just turn it. I've always typed it in. I like this one, replace your last transmission.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you didn't hear it, you can click that and it'll repeat what he said.
That's awesome.
Strobe lights are on. Gauges and the green airspeed live was one I take off. Okay. Okay, do we need to talk about something at run up, you said?
We go here.
This is in the flight plan?
4. I'm gonna go okay. PVU. Enter.
Okay.
That's it. So here's what we're going to talk about. So I've got 116.6. Do you remember what the route was?
Yeah, it's 188. It's a 188.
So I'm going to select
radial.
this.
Okay.
VOR. Wait, here. 1, 2. I don't know why they make that complicated. And then I'm going to take course. 188.
Okay.
There, that's set. And then to get me there, I'm going to do my heading. I know it's going to be about, at least to get started, what did we say?
227, I think.
Yeah, so right there. So that's probably my heading on departure. Probably my heading on departure. We're climbing to an altitude of 12.5. Got an intermediate altitude, you do that.
Will we get up that high in this?
Oh, we'll see. Well, I doubt it. Not with all the gas that we have, but we'll see.
Okay.
We may just be at 10.5. Okay, so now that's your course guidance that you're flying off. You have a flight plan in there, but that's the course guidance that you're flying off.
Okay, so I'm going to head for this bug here.
Yep.
And eventually this line will come and intersect, and,
yeah.
And I'll be on the 188.
And you'll have case break. They call it case break when that line comes off. And then in this little slow aircraft, by the time I'm just inside of 1 dot, that's when I'll turn to intercept.
Okay.
And then you'll get a feel for exactly what that means.
Okay.
Cherokee 40670, Provotar, are you with me?
Now there's your flight plan.
Wolf 12, traffic, 11 o'clock, mile and a half, southbound, altitude
Charts unavailable.
5,500, type unknown, just departed Spanish Fork.
That's irritating that we have this as an IFR aircraft and it doesn't have charts.
Like the approach charts?
Yeah, that should all be in there.
Oh.
I should have approaches, arrivals, departures, all that information should be right here.
Wolf 12, Provotar.
In fact, I'm going to say something about it.
Okay.
Okay.
We ready to go then?
We're ready to go.
Wolf 12, Provo Tower. Wolf 12, that's my third call. How do you hear me? Wolf 12, traffic, 11 o'clock, mile ahead, southbound, altitude indicates 5,700, type unknown, frequency.
Do you need to tell them when you're pulling out of there?
Not unless he tells me. Sometimes they tell me to let him know when I'm done with run up. Sometimes they don't, so I don't tell them unless they ask me.
Gotcha.
I mean, he gave me clearance to go to Alpha Bravo Alpha.
Yep.
So.
Wonder who's building these hangars here.
Yeah, I don't know what they're for.
They're not small.
Nope. Maybe another airline's gonna start flying out of here.
I think they're probably private or maintenance repair operation or something.
Inbound for touch and go, we have hotel.
So, did you go over weight and balance?
4067.
I did not.
We
should.
Yeah, the only thing is we've got more gas. Which is probably not setting us out of bounds, but just weight-wise, it puts us right at the limit.
Should we pull over and do it?
After touch and go,
what?
40670.
If you feel more comfortable, then yes.
70, and you're a little broken there, but report a 3-mile final. Make straight in for runway 13.
3-mile final for 13. Report a 3-mile final. We'll be a north departure after touch and go, 40670.
Okay.
November 670, roger.
How much do you weigh?
200.
And we have 39. But there's something in the setup where it puts the fuel.
Max takeoff weight 2303.
Fuel remaining 39 gallons.
We will burn fuel.
Julie Delta, Provotar.
Hey,
is that us?
Yeah, he's calling. Yeah.
73 Julie Delta.
73 Julia Delta, are you experiencing any difficulty? I see you stopped on Alpha there by Duncan.
You just tell him we're running some checks.
We're just running weight and balance check real quick.
Hey, Julia Delta, roger. Hold short of runway 13 and advise me when you're ready to go.
All right, hold short of runway 13 and we'll advise one ready to go, 738 Juliet Delta.
So I would say our weight is probably down.
Arch 670, wind 010 at 3. Runway
So go back to load.
Touch and go.
So
and
you
then
change the
turn out
fuel to about
northwest
38, 37.5.
Clear, touch and go, runway 13, north turnout approved to the left, 40670. Thanks.
Just barely. So,
Yeah, so we're
from
heavy.
what I remember though is the, we gotta, I had someone in the back last time, so we're plenty good.
Okay.
Okay, that didn't make sense. I'm like, I don't think so. I've taken heavier than this. Okay.
Okay. Hey, when we land, I want to go through that. I haven't used that weight and balance feature.
Provo Tower, Cessna 738 Juliet Delta is holding short for runway 13.
Now, one of the things I'm thinking about is, what are my frequencies?
I've flown that plane. That's one I learned in, one of them.
Yeah.
Sustain 5 Hotel, you're leaving my airspace. There's traffic, 1 o'clock, mile and a half, just departed runway 30 at Spanish Fork. Altitude indicates 4,800 climbing. Additional traffic is 12 o'clock and 3 miles left downwind at Spanish Fork. Altitude indicates 5,500. Frequency change approved. Solid approach 118.85.
Hey, looking for traffic. Frequency change approved. Skyhawk 525 Hotel.
Cessna 738 Juliet Delta, Provo Tower. Traffic upwind will be a left turnout. Runway 13, clear for takeoff.
Traffic upwind, left turnout, runway 13 clear for takeoff, 738 Juliet Delta.
Final still clear. Is the heavier weight aircraft, with an underpowered heavy weight aircraft, just make sure you don't jerk it off the runway.
Yeah.
Although you just flew the stick aircraft that's so sensitive, so now you're going to do the opposite.
All right, gauges are in the green, airspeed's alive. What time is it?
12:30.
Provo Tower, Wolf 36.
Wolf 36, Provo Tower.
Roger, we're headed in for south, touch and go. We're approximately 6 miles southwest of the field, Wolf 36. And we have Hotel Wolf 36.
Wolf 36, Provo Tower. Just proceed direct to the airport. Make right traffic runway 13.
Approach the airport, right traffic, runway 13, Wolf 36.
You have your own foggles?
Oh yeah, they're in my bag in the back.
Okay.
They're in the front pocket, the smallest zipper pocket. I should have grabbed those before we took off.
Right, that's what I'm here for.
Wolf 35, Provo ground. Runway 13, taxi via Alpha, Bravo, Alpha cross. Runway 18, advise leaving the run-up. Wolf 35, quick question. direction. Are you going east towards Hobble Creek Canyon, or are you going towards Provo Canyon to the northeast? 1235, Roger.
I don't know if I'm not seeing them or what. Here.
They're in a black bag, little black bag, in this.
Right here?
Yeah.
I got them now.
Just take them out of that bag for me.
Okay. Shoot, hold on to them for a second until I put this back, and then I'll take the plane and... out of the aircraft.
All right, you have flight controls.
All right, come further right to 227 or 228.
All right, I have them on.
Okay.
I have flight controls.
So now you're flying that heading. There's something. This is what they used to call a fixed fix. They really don't teach it anymore because of GPS.
Cessna Juliet Delta, frequency change approved. Have a good flight.
Frequency change approved. 738 Juliet Delta, thanks.
I think it's 11885.
Scout 3565, man, instructions.
Go back to your heading.
To 1,000, 11,000. Scout 3465, amend instructions.
You're heading bug?
1,000.
Yep,
You're working it?
I'm working.
Okay. And I just tell them you want flight following. You're,
Did they talk to us?
no, but I just go ahead and call them and tell them you want flight following down to Milford.
So who do I? Salt Lake?
Yeah, this is
Head back to South Valley.
this is
Salt Lake approach, or?
I just call them Salt Lake. If I'm not sure, I just say Salt Lake.
And out
Okay.
Salt Lake is 3030, Victor's current.
3030, and we're just going to South Valley, 40670.
40670, Salt Lake approach, copy, thanks, radar contact 4 miles north of Provo, resume on navigation, maintain VFR at all times.
Now, if you look outside, you look under the foggles, you see that big mountain there?
Yeah.
670, not showing active right now.
By drifting south, now that mountain became an issue. If you had stayed on 228
Scout 3465,
right away, then you would have been fine.
I see.
So you look over here. So that's the course, and you're way south of us now.
25 miles.
I should go and try to get on course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go direct.
34 right, maintain 210 knots or greater.
Flight plan, Rika, activate.
3551, contact tower now, 119.
Out saying at 237.
237.
Yeah. What this doesn't have is it doesn't have a bearing pointer pointing to the nav aid.
All right, so I should say Salt Lake approach, 738 Juliet Delta, request flight following to Milford.
Yep.
Salt Lake, Cessna 738 Juliet Delta, requesting flight following to Milford.
Call sign.
November 738 Juliet Delta.
Type aircraft, and do you want center flight following November 738 Juliet Delta?
Center?
Yeah.
Yes, 738 Juliet Delta.
For Cessna Skyhawk.
Take your type aircraft.
Cessna Skyhawk, 738 Juliet Delta.
My entire time in the Air Force, I never flew without following a flight plan. So it still makes me a little uncomfortable, but I realize it's there, but I'm going to pick up flight following as much as possible so that I get the help. So if I have problems, they know instantly where I am.
He was saying something, but it was really low.
Southwest 1006, clear visual approach, runway 34 right.
Did he tell us to squawk something?
I didn't hear. He's probably putting us in the system.
Salt Lake approach, Archer 2450 uniform is established on the VOR for 13 into Provo.
November 50 uniform approach, copy, thanks. November 670, remain over east of I-15 freeway.
East I-15, 40670.
50 uniform, clear VOR approach into Provo, maintain VFR at all times. Provo still showing hotel.
Cleared VOR, maintain VFR, information hotel 50 uniform.
Sky 34, 65 airport, 12 o'clock, 25 miles.
Now, if he doesn't answer for a while, then say, Salt Lake, 738 Juliet Delta, I missed your squawk.
Sky 34, 65, roger, cleared ILS for 934, right approach.
Salt Lake, 738 Juliet Delta, I missed your squawk.
A couple on there at once, but Delta 2891, Salt Lake approach, thank you, descend via the Lehigh 5 arrival, 34 right. And VFR calling approach again.
That's you.
Oh, 738 Juliet Delta missed the squawk.
Scout 3653, maintain 170 knots, tell Shovel. November 738 Juliet Delta, squawk 4333.
Squawk 4333, 738 Juliet Delta.
SkyWest 3653, tower now 119.05, good day.
My habit pattern is, and I don't know if they care or not, but half the time they ask for a squawk, or they ask for an ident, so I put in the squawk and I hit ident, so it's like recognition.
Okay.
November 85 Hotel approach, copy, thanks. November 50 uniform, contact Provo Tower.
Contact tower 50 uniform.
November 738 Juliet Delta, radar contact 10 miles south of Fairfield, on navigation, maintain VFR, and altitude discretion.
Altitude at our discretion, maintain VFR, 738 Juliet Delta.
Southwest 1006, reduce speed to 170, maintain that, tell Shovel.
Back. Change this a little bit, save us some time. Enter. Activate. I just know that you've got mountains out there, so.
Southwest 1006, tower now 119.05.
So now, heading off of this,
670, contact.
desired track is 224.
670.
Take a look at this.
I was 4164, Salt Lake approach, roger, descend via the Queen 5 arrival, 34 right.
Still this, the 188 radio or course, and you're flying off VOR 1. It's just going to Frenzy, which is 20 miles away.
Okay.
What I don't like about this system is it doesn't give me the DME from
Delta 1500, Salt Lake approach, descend via Queen 5 arrival, 34
the
right.
Navaid. Not sure why. Systems are very GPS centric.
Skywest 3465, reduce speed to 170, tell Shovel. Hey Juliet Delta, contact Salt Lake Center 133 point, enter.
Contact 133.9er, 738 Juliet Delta.
Delta 1432.
Salt Lake City altimeter 3030.
If you look at that, that's on your chart.
So now I just contact them and just say my call sign?
Yeah. Say Salt Lake Center. I'm going to be a part of Milford climbing to 10.5.
Salt Lake 738 Juliet Delta is VFR flight following to Milford, climbing to 10,500.
North 738 Juliet Delta, Salt Lake Center, Roger. Salt Lake City altimeter 3030.
I need to repeat that?
Yep.
Altimeter 3030, 8 Juliet Delta.
Sir, for Delta 1432, we're starting down. We were given 300 back a ways. Is that what you need? You still need that?
Delta 1432 normal.
Is that us?
Release speed.
No.
Delta 1432, thank you.
Delta.
Delta 1432, what will be your normal airspeed?
Delta Airlines. So kind of, since you know you're going that way,
1432.
cheat to the right a little, to the left a little bit. You see that?
It might work out. Do not
break?
310 knots, cross frenzy 250 knots.
Yeah.
Just to ensure you've got the clearance.
1432.
Center, good day, Frontier 955, 32.9, descending 320.
Frontier Flight 955, Salt Lake Center, Roger. That was 3831, cross frenzy, had to maintain 15,000, Salt Lake City altimeter 3030.
Cross frenzy 15,000, Scott 3831.
North 502, Victor Juliet, cross frenzy, had to maintain 15,000 at 250 knots, Salt Lake City altimeter 3030.
Frenzy at 250 at 15, 2 Victor Juliet. Southwest 268, climb through 20 for Vol 230.
Doesn't like to climb, does it?
Salt Lake Center, Roger.
No.
Maintain level 320.
Southwest 268, climb maintain, Vol 320.
How are the cylinders doing?
They're good. I guess I could probably make it a little rich. It's amazing. You start forgetting what you're doing when all of a sudden you're learning something else.
Yeah.
Climb maintain level 320.
320, extra 792.
Okay, so your range rings here, 4 miles. So you got 2 miles, 4 miles. So
Southwest.
That's what those circles are, 2 miles, 4 miles?
yeah, and you can change that.
They were climbing out of
I
290.
can't remember exactly how you change it. I think you change it this way.
290 knots or greater.
Yeah.
Wilco, South 268.
XOJet 792, do not exceed 280 knots.
Do not exceed 280, extra 792.
Got traffic 5,000 above us. Left. Now I got him in sight. You don't worry about it.
Okay.
No factor. Maybe that you have to stair stuff up.
Contact Salt Lake approach
See.
124.3.
243 Delta 1207, good day.
How are we looking?
Looking good. We're just above the clouds.
Okay.
Just some, not a deck, it's just some scattered clouds.
Southwest 268, cleared at Corker.
Southwest 268, direct Corker, thanks.
We're flying over a range right now.
I keep wanting to drift left, don't I?
Well, part of it's the winds. Although the wind should make your nose turn to the north. And, you know, so change your heading, but it's drifting you left.
Frontier Flight 955, cross.
I said the winds are 355 at 15 knots. We have a tail, and when we turn south, we'll pick up some good speed.
San
So are we leveling off at 10.5 or are we going to go up to 12.5?
I think we're just going to level off 10.5.
as well. Affirmative. 250 at Spain 16,000.
For weather, come left heading 200.
ExoJet 7
Left 200.
Center 135.77.
Go ahead and start the turn now.
3577 ExoJet 792 CF.
Here's what I'm going to do. You can see you have case brake with the VOR.
Yeah.
Say you're approaching that 188 radial. And this heading will eventually get us there, so we're going to stay on this heading.
5831, say normal airspeed today in the descent.
That for 3831?
Yes, sir. What would be your normal? 3831.
We can do whatever you want. You got us assigned 270 at the moment.
Yes, 3831. Maintain 280 knots and at Frenzy, reduce speed to 250.
Alright, 280 now. Frenzy 250's got us 3831.
Southwest 838, contact solid approach 124.3. 124.1.
Right, 2 o'clock, town of Eureka.
Until 27.
Nice.
Never heard of it.
Haven't you?
2742.
Are you not from here?
No.
Descend now, actually just cross Frenzy at a maintain 15,000 at 250 knots, Salt Lake City altimeter 3030.
Okay, Frenzy 250 knots, 15,000 feet. We're starting down now, Delta 2742.
Southwest 268, resume normal speed.
Normal speed, South 268.
South 441, we're out at 20.4 for 230, requesting 380 for a final today.
South 441, Salt Lake Center, climb in travel 320, I'll show that on request.
20, 441.
South 1180, level 310.
South 1180, Salt Lake Center, roger, cross Frenzy at a maintain 15,000 at 250 knots, Salt Lake City altimeter 3030.
Cross Frenzy 15,000, 250 knots, 3030, Delta 1180.
Southwest 268, contact Salt Lake Center 135.77.
Roger, 13577, South 268.
Salt Lake Center, Gamma Jet 904320.
North 272, Mike Roger, say altitude.
So here's what I'm doing. At cruise, I'm just constantly checking my systems.
Center, Roger, cross
Yeah.
Nebo, out of maintain 15.
Like, what would you do if all of a sudden your glass failed?
City altimeter 30.
I'd be watching these.
Yeah.
3030 in the altimeter.
How are you going to navigate off of that?
15,000 and...
Well, this will tell me if I'm descending or climbing.
1180,
This can tell me if I'm level.
You're in the descent.
Yep.
This will tell me also if I'm level.
Yep.
So 1181, Nebo, maintain 300 knots order rate.
How you find headings?
Then at Frenzy, reduce speed to 250.
Alright, 300 or greater, and slow to 250.
Right up here.
Oh. I was going to say, there's no heading indicator.
Yeah. You got your mag compass, and then I'm going to have my chart. You know, you've got an electronic chart.
32, contact solid approach
So-
124.3.
Delta 1432, good day.
I'm going to fly off the electronic chart. We're 41 miles out of Delta.
There's a plane like 6,000 feet above us over to our right. There's another one 8,000 feet above us right on the line.
Yeah, he's flying the route. We'll probably see him here shortly. I'm not seeing the other one at 6,000 feet above. He's passing us. I'm not gonna. I won't see him now. So what I'm gonna do is I've got my map. I've got a moving map there, but let's say you don't. So what are you doing?
What am I doing if what?
Like, how are you navigating?
Right now I'm looking at this and I'm following my heading.
If you lose your glass, how are you gonna do it?
That.
Okay, that for how long?
I don't know.
Yeah. Like in this situation, here's what I would do.
Yeah.
If I lost all that, I'd turn around, I'd tell Salt Lake and say, hey, I just had a navigation failure on mag compass only. I'm turning around to about a 010 heading to go back to Provo.
Oh, okay.
And so then I'm going to fly ground reference. I'll take off those foggles, obviously, and I'll fly ground references.
Okay. And if you're in IMC, then you just depend on ATC to guide you.
Exactly. Now you're taking, you know, directions. Now, if my suction system, if my vacuum fails, now I'm in real trouble.
Yeah.
I've got this here, my turn slip indicator.
That's electric.
And so I can use that for left and right turns.
2 Mike, say again, please.
If I'm flying off that and that, I'm really struggling. And this aircraft doesn't have a VVI, which I don't like. And I want some kind of VVI that tells me if I'm climbing or descending, but I can see it with this. So I've got VVI as a lag instrument. That's even more of a lag instrument.
Delta 1180, thank you.
Yeah, you're talking about doesn't have a manual one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Down on Victor 21. Skyhawk 2, Mike, Salt Lake Center. And 272, Mike, report northbound on Victor 21, please.
If you want to get somewhere, the other Skyhawk is better because you'll cruise.
3831 to approach.
You'll cruise at about 115 knots.
You're flashing the wrong sector. Stand by.
Do I need to worry about this? The RPM's getting up to the red line on this one?
3831, contact.
I usually kind of bring it back a little bit when it starts getting up above 26, you know.
I fly it at cruise, and the other thing I'm thinking about this altitude is leaning it out. You know, if it's too rich, then I end up with carbon in the engine, so it's lean it out, you know, just a little bit. And, you know,
441, contact.
if I can get it about to peak, if I can lean it to peak about, maybe even lean to peak.
Out there.
Skyhawk 272, Mike ident.
Yeah.
Skyhawk 272, Mike.
I guess this is more accurate of an RPM than that.
Yeah.
Altitude indicates 10,500.
And then, now looking at my gas, I'm burning 8.5 gallons an hour. Now see, as you're approaching the line, you're going to intercept the line.
Now, I'm following my 200 heading. I guess I'll eventually intercept it.
Yeah, as soon as you intercept the line, he gave you a heading to intercept.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, well, I did.
Oh, okay. So the 200 is the heading to intercept.
Yeah, and so you're pretty much intercepting right now, so you can slowly fade. See here, 4 miles, I'm about a mile away from the course right now.
Okay.
So with this slow aircraft, I can hold that 200 until I absolutely center it up. How does it play on your senses to have those goggles on where you're just looking at that?
Yeah, it does. It kind of messes with you a little bit, especially with this this little horizon on the picture.
Yeah.
I'm used to looking at just a brown and you know, so that line is really the horizon, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you got that thing, that's called a total velocity vector.
Yeah.
And it looks like you're flying pretty much level. The winds are blowing you to the left, which is why it's taking you so long to get to course.
Yeah.
And then when you roll out on the 188, you're probably going to be flying about a 193 heading or something like that. Because the winds are, where are the winds at? 343 at 10 knots. We were counting on these strong winds, and they're not as strong.
Yeah.
They're still helping, though. If you lose an engine, what is your first step?
If I lose an engine, I fly the plane first, get to the glide speed, and then look for a landing.
Yep.
And then communicate.
Well, then it's maintain aircraft control, analyze the situation, and then take appropriate action. And then then the other thing is aviate, navigate, communicate. For an emergency, it's maintain aircraft control, analyze. So you're maintaining exactly what you said. So you're going to get to glide, then you're going to find a place to land, and then you're going to get to glide, find a place to land, and then you're going to analyze the situation. Why did my engine just quit? Start planning, what is my fuel? Am I getting proper fuel? Do I need to, did it quit because I had carb icing? That's something, sitting up here at this altitude, that's something you'll have to play with, just in and out on the carb icing to make sure that you're not having any icing buildup.
Yeah.
This dry air is generally not an issue, but I had another student, he was getting ready to descend into Ogden, and his engine quit on him because he had carb icing. It dropped down to 0. He pulled the carb ice out. Actually, he had the carb ice out long enough, and then he pushed it back in, and it was fine.
2742, contact Salt Lake approach 124.3.
Still 2742, good day, sir.
So just looking, you're 0.5 miles away from Puget.
Puget, huh?
I don't know how else you say it.
American 614 is with you 320, just some very occasional light drop.
Next point is Uinta.
American 614, Selection Roger.
I'm 6.7 miles away from that. Desired track 193. Your track is 191, so you're drifting to the left.
So what heading how should I try to stay on the heading?
Well, I'd say, winds are, they're shifting out. 304 at 8 knots, so all of a sudden the winds are over here. So desired track is 193, so probably heading about 197 or so. Maybe not quite that much, but we'll try it.
I've been losing altitude. Need to watch my altitude there.
I know, I failed.
What runway can we expect for Frontier 955?
I don't know.
Okay.
And you'll be talking to approach here in about 20 seconds.
Sounds good.
North 2, Mike Roger. Frontier 955, contact Salt Lake approach 124.3.
24.3, Frontier 955.
Delta 1180.
We also got this here. This is a CDI.
1243, Delta 1180. Center Gamma Jet 90.
Got the CDI there.
Gamma Jet 904, go ahead.
And then above it, your
Galaxy Alpha 3030.
Puget,
3030.
Boy, next fix is Ruboy.
What's this little pink diamond right there?
That's your GPS course. To Ruboy. I'm going to send a note here to tell them the cooling fan on the navigation system failed.
Say that again.
Cooling fan on the navigation system failed.
The cooling fan?
Gamma Jet 904, contact Salt Lake approach 124.3.
Salt Lake approach 124.3, Gamma Jet 904. So long.
what did you use to fly in the military? A-10 Warhogs?
I flew A-10s. Before that, I flew A-10 Warthogs, and before that I flew C-17s, and before that I flew C-130s.
Nice.
So two big fat planes and then one small fat plane.
I knew a guy in...
Julie Delta traffic 12 o'clock, 4 miles, obstruction Skyhawk 1000.
That was for us. Is he telling us about traffic?
Yep. I didn't get his altitude.
Mike traffic 12 o'clock, 3 miles, obstruction Skyhawk 10,600.
Well, I didn't hear him.
It's 500 feet above us. I just answer him back, say, looking.
Mike, you from upper limit?
Looking for traffic, 738 Juliet Delta. Should I descend?
No. Just hold this altitude. Try and keep a visual on him. So I've got that guy there going the other direction.
Now he's 600 feet above us.
Yeah. I wouldn't climb. I'd just hold your altitude. There he is. I got him. Just tell him you got traffic in sight.
Traffic in sight, 738 Juliet Delta.
Okay, Juliet Delta, thank you.
See him? Kind of look up.
Yeah, I see him.
That's what 200 knots of closure looks like.
Salt Lake, good afternoon. United 2088 at 300.
United 2088, Salt Lake. What's your normal indicators?
I would be about 77, indicate about 290 on the airspeed.
United 2088, resume normal speed.
Normal speed, United 2088.
Now in this, I would transition to the Delta Nav aid. Say it's out of service, but we'll just give it a try. Sometimes they say they're out of service because they're not reliable or something. So I'm going to put in 116.1.
66, Mike with you, level 310.
66 Mike, Salt Lake Center, cross frenzy at maintain 15,000 at 250 knots.
See that blue arrow?
Yeah.
That's pointing to the nav aid, so it's actually working okay.
Frenzy 15,250 knots, 66 Mike.
The radial inbound is 008 radial. Look at it. And flying IFR, we would have actually swapped over halfway over.
Oh, it's got the little thing telling you to swap?
Well, you either swap halfway
or where the little
yep, exactly.
indicator is.
This one, the whole course is 64 miles. So at 46, at 32 miles out is when we would swap.
Okay.
I'm really irritated. I can't find the distance to the nav aid.
You mean on our panel?
Good afternoon, Southwest 2232, by level 340,
yeah.
300, 270 knots.
South 2232 Salt Lake Center, resume normal speed.
Normal speed, Southwest 2232.
United 2088, cross Spain, at maintain 16,000 at 250 knots, flying north, Salt Lake altimeter 3030.
Okay, we'll cross Spain at 16,250 knots, 3030 for United 2088.
There we go. So this picture, look at that, has a picture of what your wind's doing to you. And so if you correct it to the right, it'll put you on course. It'll be a lot better going back. Other than the fact that we'll be going slow, we won't be staring in the sun.
Southwest 1349.
I'm going to mess something here.
South 1349, Salt Lake Center, climb, maintain flight level 310.
310, Southwest 1349.
Those times aren't right. 1549 local.
South 2232, cross Spain at maintain 16,000 at 25 show knots, flying north, Salt Lake altimeter 3030.
Cross Spain at 16,250 knots, southwest 2232.
Oh, that's why. They're going to put it on map, not weather.
So we've been going like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And we're doing 8.5 to 9 gallons an hour.
Yep.
So we should be down to about, let's see. We started with 39. So if it were an hour, it'd be 30. So we're probably like at 35, 34, 35.
I'd say more closer to 31.
31.
We do 0.66 times 9, 5.94, so just call it 6. And 39, we took off at 38 minus 6, 32 gallons. When you start doing this for real, really knowing your fuel, getting your fuel burn, and then making that part of your flight plan.
Okay.
You can do that.
Okay, Julie Delta, contact Salt Lake Center 125.57.
Contact 125.5, 738 Julie Delta.
Was it 12557 or 1255?
Oh, I don't know. Where is it here?
We'll try this, and if he doesn't answer, it was 575.
Okay. Salt Lake 738 Julie Delta is at heading to Delta, requesting flight following. Not Delta, Milford.
Yeah.
12557. Whoops. 12557.
0.45.
There it is.
Okay. So I tell him Salt Lake.
345. Rider 18.
Remind me what I tell him again.
Say, Salt Lake, this is a 738, Skyhawk 738, Juliet Delta, overhead Delta, inbound to Milford.
Salt Lake, this is Skyhawk 738 Juliet Delta, overhead Delta, inbound to Milford.
738 Juliet Delta, Salt Lake Center, welcome. Cedar City, altimeter 3019er.
3019er, altimeter 738 Juliet Delta.
Alright, now you're outbound at Delta, so you need to fix your VOR. What's your outbound radial? Now my outbound radial is right here. Delta outbound 180. 187.
United 2262.
So I need to go to course 187. How do I fix the VOR? Over here?
Yeah, we've already done that. So you're 116.1. You've got Delta in 116.1. 187 is the outbound course.
So do I hit course?
Yep.
187?
Yep.
Okay.
And then I'm going to set my heading bug to get me the heading that I want. And you see the winds have drifted you to the west, to the east. So this heading's probably good for now. Now this next course is 61 miles. Now what I'm starting to think about, 61 miles, and it's a ways, but it's not that long.
Yeah.
About 125 knots, that's 30 minutes out. So with 30 minutes out, I need to start thinking about my W holds AC check. So I check the weather at Milford.
Okay.
Then I'm
135025.
Celsius. Dew point -02 Celsius. Altimeter 3022. Remarks. Density altitude 5,100. Milford Municipal Airport. Automated weather observation 2012 Zulu. Wind 010 at 20. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 08 Celsius. Dew point -02 Celsius. Altimeter 3022. Remarks.
Okay, so it's 010 at 20 knots. So that means we're probably coming in on runway 34.
Yeah. Okay, so you got the weather. Now you're heading and attitude systems. Just make sure they all jive.
This one seems a little off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Check your heading system to that.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. And now obtain clearance.
5956, contact Salt Lake Center 13.
It's an uncontrolled field. So just knowing what the frequency is. So there's
1228. Now, do we need to tell Salt Lake that we're dropping?
Good afternoon.
Or do we just switch?
I wouldn't descend yet. I'd stay on their frequency until you're ready to descend.
23, Salt Lake Center, welcome.
Okay.
All right. And then so you just go through the clearance. If you're under radar control, then you would get a clearance, but you hold this. So obtain clearance, then you let down plate review. So you get procedures.
Is that GUMPS or? Oh, letdown is the procedure.
Oh yeah. So I go approach. So arrival. Are there alternate mins?
Descend to maintain level 320.
Descend to maintain level 320, Southwest 873.
There are no alternate minimums for this field. So now look at the approach. So I'm going to do the RNAV, the GPS to runway 34. So you take a quick look at the picture. There's the runway. Coming in from the south, so inbound course 035. I take a quick look at it overall. So I've got a couple of feeder fixes, inbound course, and we'll do vectors to it. Inbound course is 345. The final approach fix is Hibbon. And going up here, approach course 345. Touchdown zone elevation is 5039. Airport airport elevation is 5039. For Trouble T, so my takeoff alternates when local altimeter setting is not received, use Cedar City altimeter setting and increase all MDA by 180 feet. So you have the altimeter, so you don't have to worry about that. When BGSI inoperative, this is NA at night. You can't do this at night without the glide slope. Okay, then I go across frequency. So weather is 135.025. You already got that. Cedar City radio, 122.1. And then Unicom at 122.8. So we'll stop talking to these folks.
Can you confirm that flight level 220?
And we'll drop down to, you can check on that radio just to listen to it, 122.1. But then the Unicom will be just like any Unicom freak. So I go across here, and then I come across, cut it, part of my Z, and then I cut across the picture. So now I'm looking at the approach plate. MSA is 13.4. What's that based on? Well, to the east I've got 9,000, 9,500 foot peaks. To the south, to the west, I have 6,800, so it's a little bit lower. To the south, I have 12,000. Where are my points here? I'm trying to find the restricting field, so I can look on a VFR chart for that. But I know that my MSA within 25 miles is 13.4. So what you can expect is we'll get vectors
level 280, smooth.
west of the field. I'll give you vectors west of the course as if I'm approach controller, and then I'll vector you down to the initial fix to Pukey. So you have these initial approach fix, Saycott, Coosac, Barrel. We won't go all the way out there because it'll take us 3 years to get there. We'll just go to this initial fix.
873 contact, Alexander, 133.9.
And
Southwest, 873.
so I'm going to take vectors in. So I'm just thinking headings. Okay, about a 334 or about a 160 southbound. My base leg is going to be minus 90 of that, so about a 090. 070
Golf contact, Alexander 133.9
for a base leg,
33.9.
and then I may get a dog leg to final to shorten it, and so that would be that's going to be, I don't know, like a 040 or something like that. Okay, so I've gone over this part of the approach plate. I haven't identified the highest obstacle, so I will go to my map and find that. Then I come down here and I look at this. This is where I come across. Okay. So I've got, at Pukey, I'm at 9,100 feet. At Hibben, the final approach fix, I'm at 7,000 feet. Okay. Then it's a 3-degree glide slope to take me down to the runway. 7.6 miles from Pukey to Hibben, and then from Hibben to the missed approach point is 6 miles. It's an LNAV MDA. So my minimums, because I'm a Category A aircraft, are 5460. So the altitudes I'm thinking about are 9,100, 7,000, 5460 as I come in on this course, okay?
91, 7,000,
and 5460. Yeah. And then the last thing I look at then I've got my missed approach, which is climbing runway heading to 11,000 feet to Koenig. So that's runway heading to 11,000 feet to Koenig. And I'm not sure where Koenig is, but we could build that into our system, and this will actually fly you to the missed approach point. And so we'll go ahead and fly that missed approach.
Canada 10.
We won't make it to 11,000.
Mostly supposed to.
Okay. And then you have the missed approach instructions here. Climb to 11,000 direct Koenig, on track 02 to Beaver and hold. Continue climb in hold to 11,000 feet. So we'll look at that on the chart there. And I'm looking at the field. We're coming in from the south. There's not much here in Milford.
So we're going to actually have to come and turn around.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. You could, with the winds the way they are, you could just land to the south, but a field that I'm going to the first time, I don't know where the...
Well, if it's 20 knot winds, too, it's...
Oh, yeah, then in that case, we're definitely not landing there. So we'll land from the south. You see that arrow right there? That shows you your approach course. So you're pretty much right on. Tells you the runway lights. There's almost no ramp except right to the right there. Okay?
So when we come in from this way, are we going to fly over and do a procedure turn?
No, I'm giving you vectors.
So are we going to go out and like do that?
Yeah, I'll give you vectors.
Okay.
I am your RAPCON.
Should we? Oh, we're still on flight following, right? Okay.
Yeah. Where's the aircraft?
Virgin 43 Echo contact.
Hit back.
I'm going the wrong way.
5.25.
Hit back here. Once you touch it, like if you do that, it'll center.
Oh, really? I don't know.
62, contact section on 2.6.
I believe it was.
So you're 4 miles to
4262.
Bubney and Beaver's right after it.
Oh, Moobney?
Bubney, who knows? Does that make sense, how I review it? Data across the top.
Yeah, I don't know how much I caught, you know, while I'm flying. I mean, I've looked over these and I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
And I understand this part down here.
Okay. I'm going to put this on your knee. Actually, first I'm going to look at the maps.
I probably have the plate here too. Can you let's see.
You want me to find it for you?
Which one is it? Let me get back. Let me fly the plane first.
Okay.
American 2184 contact.
I'm really not sure why.
33.45.
3345.
What's the airport name here?
MLF, Milford.
And it's for runway 34 RNAV?
Yep.
Okay, there it is.
You've got it. I'm seriously not sure why the MSA is so high.
The field elevation is just over 5,000 and it's 5460.
Yeah.
Well, according to what I was studying, you know, the ILS will get you down to 200, but any of the other ones that are non-precision, they'll get you, they're always higher.
Yes, that's correct.
And that's about 400, right?
Yeah. You're going to see them between 350 and 800 feet for a non-precision approach.
Skywas 5334 contact, Salt Lake 91 tree point.
I'm like S-turning around my course.
334.
That's what happens when I start looking at something else, huh?
So you're about halfway to Milford, to the Navade. So I'm going to put in 112.1.
And you're putting it in over here.
Yep.
Okay.
United 223 contact.
I have 112.1. See the bearing pointer swinging over there? The inbound course is 012. That's the inbound radial. So 192 is your inbound course. So I would set course 192. And I take it, that's a course 007.
007?
Yeah. No, not heading.
Oh, course 007. So 007.
That'll be the radial, which would be I'm further confusing you, so it'd be about a 187. See, that's closer to centered up. So if you spin it the other way, spin the course to 187. Now you're going to the Navade.
Okay.
And you could probably just, tell center that you're going to do a drop and approach at Milford, and you'll be back up with him in 20 minutes.
Salt Lake, Skyhawk 738 Juliet Delta, we're going to do a drop and approach to Milford, and then we'll be back with you in 20 minutes or so.
Marie Juliet Delta, roger. I'm not showing any units from the Milford Airport. Do you need the weather?
We already got it, so.
We've got it, 738 Juliet Delta.
Hey, Juliet Delta, roger. Thanks for the info.
Salt Lake exec jet 6.
So we switch?
And it's 360.
Okay, go ahead. Is it 122.8 or is it 128.0? 122.8. You know the easier way to do it?
Whoops.
I'll go like this. And, oops, I didn't want to do that.
So 122.8.
Wait, stop. Oh. I don't want to lose his frequency. And then you spin it. I don't have to type as much. Now you just hit enter.
Correction 3-4.
Should I start descending or not?
You got a long ways because you're going south of the field.
I've already kind of descended a little bit, but...
738 Juliet Delta, maintain 10,000 feet, come right, heading 215.
Maintain 10,000 feet, come right, heading 285?
215.
215. Now I should be putting carb heat on if I'm descending.
Yeah.
Right?
If I'm up here a long time altitude, I'm gonna cycle the carb heat every once in a while just to clear it out. Where's your heading going?
Yeah, fixating.
So what I recommend you do on your own,
yeah,
is I would go up and I would fly. Do another one of these, with a friend or with another pilot, so you can wear the foggles.
Yep.
And you can do it without. Also, you'll learn from both. And then I would just take off in the Provo pattern, and I would, for an hour and a half, I would do prax approaches. What I would do is one time I would do the RNAV as many times as you can do it without throwing up. And then do an ILS, and then do the VOR. And then after those 3 rides, then I would go ahead and do a ride where you all mix it up.
Air 1 traffic, helicopter Thunder 4, 2 miles west of the field, westbound 6,500. Going to be maneuvering over Little Salt Lake, 6,500.
That lake over there.
I can't see anything, man.
Right. It's the Wawa Valley Hard Pan dry lake bed that's not dry right now. Sevier Lake.
Sevier?
Yes, Sevier.
Yeah.
Inside of Amoa.
What was that? Outside of what?
Inside of a military operating area.
Oh.
So you've gone through your W hold check, your letdown play review, and then your descent check, and then you're setting the altimeter, and then you're getting climb out.
So I haven't set the I have set the altimeter to the, okay.
Yep. Also, what I would recommend is building a flight plan and then being very religious about following it, staying on your course, staying on your flight plan.
Okay.
Now, because you're on vectors, the minute I start getting vectors, that's when I do my localizer inbound course DME. So
LIDS, right?
Yeah. So that I'm going to go. Right now, you're flying off of the VOR, and so what that means is I want to put the approach in. So I go procedure. I do approach. So I'm doing the RNAV 34 GPS LNAV plus B. So I'm selecting that. And I'm going to load and activate the approach.
Okay.
And that's going to give you a bunch of different other squirrely lines. But if you come over here,
I don't know if this one does that.
all right, so let's go back here. Matt. There's my approach down there. Go back to home. Procedure. Activate vectors to final because I'm on vectors.
Okay.
So now I know I'm on vectors. And so you go back to the approach plate. You got, see, there's Pukey, there's the course. You're getting vectors to that course right there. You got Pukey and Hibben. So when you're at Pukey, you're at 9,100 feet, and they're keeping you at 10,000 feet right now. And then Hibben, you're down to 7,000, and you've got the approach on your knee.
Traffic, helicopter Thunder 4 is maneuvering over Little Salt Lake, 4 miles west of the field, 6,700. Fair one. Student solo.
So remind me what these circles are, 2 and 4 miles?
Yeah, that's actually...
Oh, it says 15
miles.
miles.
Yeah.
Okay. So it'll label it.
Yeah, I think you deal with this. Change it by that. Oops. $50 miles. I changed it before by turning that. There you go.
Traffic sky with 5134 regional, just turning a 30
That's what it is, like this.
for runway 19, coming up the valley.
Okay.
Skyx 738, Juliet Delta, descend and maintain 9,000.
Descend and maintain 9,000.
Sierra 1 traffic, helicopter Thunder 4 is 2.5 miles west of the field, inbound for downwind 45, runway 22, Sierra 1. Student solo.
I wouldn't worry about pulling your power back. You obviously don't want to overspeed everything, but...
Okay.
Actually, change altitude to 9,100.
All right, 9,100.
And I've got the field in sight just for your SA. Where are you going on your heading? That's why those heading bugs are great, because that's going to happen. But if you set a bug, you have something to go back to.
Quickly go back to it.
You're not trying to remember.
Sierra 1 traffic, helicopter Thunder 4 is established, right downwind, runway 22, Sierra 1. Student solo.
Do I need to follow this course line?
Nope, you're on vectors.
Oh, okay. So when you say I'm on vectors, you're just following ATC.
Yep, you're just a monkey. Following instructions. You're a smart monkey though, because you're not going to let them run into you. I've heard of, it's happened before where they have run people into the mountain.
Traffic, helicopter Thunder 4 is turning base, runway 22, fairway. Traffic, helicopter Thunder 4 is turning final for runway 22, fairway.
Wind from the north, break off the approach and runway 4.
George traffic, Skywest 5134, regional jet. On a 20-mile final for runway 19, full stop. I'll be on the ground. 5 minutes.
Seven 38 Juliet Delta, turn left heading 160.
Left heading 160.
Brent's on. I just do a 360 here at the end.
I'm going to ruin your day.
Oh yeah?
I'm going to have you fly the VOR DME Alpha instead.
Okay. The VOR DME Alpha.
Yep. Watch your heading.
Okay, now I need to switch it in here now, right?
Yep.
So menu.
No,
No?
you go up here. Menu. Procedure.
Okay.
Traffic Thunder 3 crossing over into runway 22.
So,
Fairway.
NAM key. Now a 3 cover ball and say 738 Juliet Delta, proceed direct to Milford VOR for the procedure turn VOR Alpha.
Okay, direct to the
VOR.
Milford VOR.
See that blue arrow?
Oh.
You just
Okay.
turn to it right away.
See that 180. That's a stop.
And then you're going to set your course outbound of 164.
164.
Yeah. So you can hit, and then you're going to follow that outbound, and then it's a procedure turn, or you're going to hit the fix, and then you're going to proceed outbound until you hit NAM key. 738 Juliet Delta after Milford, proceed direct NAM key. Cleared VOR Alpha runway VOR Alpha at Milford.
Traffic, helicopter Thunder 4. Going to be turning.
So you're going to hit that fix.
04.
What fix am I, where am I looking?
Milford. So you're flying the arrow takes you to the fix, and then as soon as you get case break, then you're going to fly that course outbound. So you're flying.
So a line will come in? Or are you talking about the green one?
The green one, yeah, watch this.
Okay.
See this? You're flying to it. As soon as you hit it, then you're turning southbound, and you're flying out to Namke. You maintain your altitude, and then at Namke, that's when you're going to start your descent, and then you'll turn right to 209, and then left to 029.
So I haven't been maintaining my altitude.
Just hold that altitude.
Okay.
See, that line right there is kind of taking you right over it also.
The blue is like
the fix. And now
it's going away. As I turn, it keeps moving.
It's because you're south of it now.
Oh.
Because you passed it. And you're over top of it. And what is, this is the DME stops. So now turn to 164.
164.
To intercept 164. See that?
Is that the green?
Yep. So intercept 164 outbound.
Okay. Oh, so I have to...
You need to get back on course.
Yeah.
And if you look on this, you see how you're left of course.
So do I have to be at a certain altitude at Namke?
You have to be at 9,100 feet, but don't worry about it. I'm visual. Actually, you're supposed to be at 10,100 feet.
Airline traffic, Thunder 4 is on the go, runway 04. Student solo.
It's a procedure turn. I threw you a curveball.
Yeah.
I was trying to teach you what made more sense, but to meet the requirements of this ride, you need to do 3 different approaches.
Okay, so now we're heading straight to the airport, and we're going to do a procedure turn?
Actually, we're setting away from the airport. See, the airport is north of us.
Oh, okay.
You're flying south. You see that?
Yeah.
You hit that fix, you're going to hit Namke, and you would descend down, but you'll maintain your altitude. Just go outbound for 30 seconds, and then a right turn to 209, and then a left turn to 029.
209 and 029.
So you hit Namke, go outbound for 30 seconds.
And I go to 209.
Traffic helicopter Thunder 4 is going to be departing to the west over I-15 towards Little Salt Lake.
That's about 30 seconds there.
500. Air 1. Student solo.
Right to 209. About a 45 180 maneuver. And then as you start this maneuver, now you're going to put in your inbound course, which is 344.
Wait, I just went past it, didn't I?
You did.
Okay, so 209.
Yep, and now come back around, pause for a potato or two, and then...
And turn right?
No, left.
Left.
To 029. Keep your altitude.
029. It's not easy to do it at the same time, is it?
Yeah. See this picture there? That's the procedure turn.
Okay.
Now, you got to sit your inbound course. Now you've already intercepted, so now you got to intercept final. See the green line?
Yeah.
Intercept final. And you should have 344 set in on your course.
344?
Yep. Don't descend. Are you ever going to get to your course on this heading?
No. So, did I set it wrong?
Airline traffic, helicopter Thunder 4.
No, you've got a course of 344, but your heading was 351.
6,500.
Had it set correctly. You were just not flying on an intercept heading. Yeah, so just kind of hold this altitude, and you're going to hit Namke at 8,100 feet. If you can get to 8,100, that'd be great. And you're approaching Namke. This thing is really irritating me that I don't have the DME readout.
Okay.
Okay, now don't blow through the course. Make a correction. You made a correction, now you got to save it. Now keep yourself on course. The winds are out of the west. Actually, the winds are out of the north, so they're blowing you to course, so they're making it correct. But your heading probably should be closer to about like a 347. And you've already passed Namke, so now you start down to 6,700 feet.
Okay.
Again, there's no real reason to. So your next fix, 6,700 is the Vortec, Milford. Keep the descent rate going. Don't level off. Could have done a demo for you, but that'd be too easy. So you get to 6,700, you level off at 6,700, and this is where you're going to do a gump check. Your final approach fix. Now in these aircraft, I'm not going to configure for landing until I get down to my min altitude. So now, once I hit it.
So now, do I level off at 67?
Until you pass Milford.
Okay.
And you're still not quite there. Don't descend. 6,700.
Oh, I thought he said I wasn't there and I was a little above it, so I was going down.
You're not quite to the fix, so you can't descend.
Oh.
And then your next altitude is going to be 5660, and you'll want to get there quickly, so about 800 to 1,000 feet per minute.
So I'm descending now?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. Not until I pass the VOR.
Yeah, when you pass the VOR and you have station passage. So station passage is going to be the arrow swings, or get your first positive from indication. And when you're close, don't chase it. And chase your altitude, get your altitude, but you don't chase the bearing, because now you're in kind of that cone of silence. You just set a heading and hold it. Don't descend. Fix the altitude first. Just set a heading. Don't worry about the heading and stay at the altitude. I gotta find the positive from on this thing. It's retarded that there isn't anything. When you have it with a GPS there, desired track 344 in 3, 2, 1 seconds. Okay. their station passes. Now you start your descent.
To what?
5660.
56. Where's 50?
Down at the bottom there.
Oh, that's the final. Okay. So we just passed the 6700.
Now, if you don't start descending, now you're in trouble. Because you see how high you see the runway at all? Look up.
Oh, yeah.
So you hit the fix and start to descent. And you want to get down sooner rather than later so that you can see the field.
5660.
Now on this screen you see Mazzo, or whatever it is. You want to be down before that, slowed down, configured, and ready to shoot the approach, or ready to finish it off. You're about 100 above, so I'd start leveling off. Now this is where you want to be configured for landing. So maintain your altitude, configure for landing.
Okay, so flaps, right?
Yeah, are you good on speed? Yeah, you're good on speed.
You just do all flaps at once?
I do. It's easier for me.
All right.
And I'm looking for the field, I'm looking for the field, I'm looking for the field.
So this is where I take these off?
Well, not yet.
Oh.
Because I haven't told you I saw the field.
Oh, okay.
And you don't descend out of your altitude yet. Okay, now I'm going to take the aircraft.
Okay, your aircraft.
My aircraft. Okay.
Okay.
Now go ahead and land us. Watch your carb heat. I'd go ahead and put your carb heat in.
It's already on.
No, turn it in. Push it in.
Oh. Pole is on.
I don't want it on.
Oh.
I want all the power I can get. So I've already cleared it out. Now I don't want carb heat on.
I haven't done any radio calls.
Go ahead and make a radio call here. Nobody's here.
Milford traffic, 738 Juliet Delta is on 1 mile final for runway 34.
And it's only a 5,000 foot runway, so if you land long, then don't do a touch and go. Just do a full stop, and then we'll turn around and taxi back. It's windy out here.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, let it down. Let it down. Come down. You're high. You're high. You're high. You need to bring it down. There you go. Bumpy out here.
Yeah, it is.
I'm making you suffer through the approaches.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff to, I mean, I haven't done any of them ever, you know?
Yeah, well, I want to make sure we get the requirement of the ride.
Yeah.
The ride is just 3 different approaches, 3 different fields. You know, it probably would have been better if we had flown an approach on a previous ride so you could do it, but this will be fine. You do these, you suffer through them, and then you can go back and review it. And then afterwards, and assuming we have time, what we'll do is you'll do the approach at Delta, and then we'll go to Nephi and I'll fly the approach. And I'll talk myself through the vectors, and I'll do the approach into Nephi. And then I'll let you do the landing just because you can always use landing practice. I can always use landing practice, but I'll let you do it. And then
okay, so
you can kind of see my habit patterns as I go in. And then after that, we'll just go ahead and climb up to 9,000 feet.
I need to put these back on?
Yeah, I got the aircraft.
You have flight controls.
Yeah. A little confusion on the cab, on the carb heat. So if you had to go around,
yeah,
with the carb heat on, you're not getting as much power because you're actually pulling heat off the engine.
Okay.
So.
All right, I have flight controls.
Okay, you have the aircraft. I'm going to set this up. Alright. I just gave you guidance direct to Delta, GPS, but now I want you to set it up. I want you to fly me direct to Delta on the VOR. So you're still flying VOR over there, and you're flying off of Milford. So I want you to set that up so that you're flying direct to Delta. Okay?
Over here?
Yeah. Well, the whole thing, set up over there.
Okay, so, I don't...
Tune, identify, monitor. No, do that.
Hey, George, air traffic. Medevac.
Go back to map, yeah.
Airport 1 Hotel Charlie is about...
So you tune, identify, and monitor. So you tune in Delta.
George, put it here.
Okay, I don't know how to do that there. Over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you tune in the Navate there. Now you're flying the Navate, and then you see where the blue arrow's pointing?
Yeah.
Now you set a course to center up on that blue arrow. And then turn to it.
That's the thing. I mean, I've flown this plane a lot, but I've never done the navigation stuff, so I don't know.
That's why I'm helping you.
Yeah.
So, I'm kind of doing it, and you kind of watch me, and then what does that do? Give you air?
Yeah, it gives it a little air. It's getting a little warm. Of course, I have layers on, so.
Yeah. So we're going to do a we don't know what the weather is, but most likely the winds are out of the north again. So we're going to do the RNAV runway 35. Okay, so let me take the aircraft, and then you pull up RNAV, runway 35.
All right, you have the aircraft.
Okay, and I'm going to fly for a while, so you can pull it up and you can review it.
And RNAV 35 for where?
For Delta.
For Delta. All right, so I have it up. I see the touchdown zone 5022, airport elevation 5022, 6,300 feet landing area, AWAS frequency and Unicom, all that.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And So I'm looking for the initial approach fix, right?
Yes.
So that's pilot, P-I-L-T-E, pilot.
Tilty or whatever? Yeah.
Right here.
Yep.
Okay. So now I'm gonna,
I'll show you what I did now, okay?
Okay.
I'm just gonna back out of that. I'm gonna cancel it.
Okay.
Back. And map. So you're here on the map. You're flying along and...
I hit home.
Yep.
And then I go to...
Procedure.
Procedure. Approach.
Approach. That's still on Milford, so you want to change that. So
604, I'll be direct.
KDTA.
I'll be Brent.
KDTA. Yeah, it's pretty hot, huh?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yep. Enter. And now select your approach.
So we're doing the RNAV
to the north,
35.
Yep.
Approach into 17 and circle around.
And just activate.
Currently descending through 8,000.
So that just gave you data.
Now what do I do?
Go back. So you're back. Yeah. Now, we can fly the whole procedure if you want. Tilty, Gesto.
I don't see BEVRR on there. Maybe this is out of date or something.
Is that the right approach? That's Nephi.
Oh.
You had me really confused there. I'm like, what am I teaching?
Mike Alpha is about 5 miles to the west at 13,500. We're going to be circling here to the west to lose an altitude and then probably landing 04.
I'm going to go back to Salt Lake.
Okay, here we go.
Rodeo 829, I'm showing your altitude differs by more than 300 feet. I'm showing you at 237. Let me know.
Wait, Delta, right?
You got the right altimeter. So
Yeah, Delta.
992.
That's right.
Yeah, let us check that.
So U-tone is the initial approach fix.
And tab T is the final approach fix. So there's U-tone right there.
There it goes. Got you level now.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, it must have been a hiccup. We just recycled it, and it was showing a standard, but maybe it was a little lower. Sorry about that.
No problem.
And that's what it all is there. So you're coming right here. So you want to fly, you can fly. You're going to U-tone. Now you have these feeder fixed, Zebra, a couple of fixes out there. They're not on the chart, I don't know why.
Okay.
I'm 9,500. So you're flying a GPS approach, so you want to select GPS on your CDI over there. We're flying direct to the navigator right now.
So how do I do that?
Just what you're doing. Push it. And now your GPS, with the course set in, what you can do is, so go back out to here. Procedure. Load and activate the approach, not the vector.
Salt Lake, good afternoon. Prop time 1, level 220.
Prop Center 1, Salt Lake Center, roger. I got some military airspace that is going active.
Okay.
I got one fixed to add into your flight plan to keep you north of it. Let me know when you're ready to copy.
So, tab T, is that your first point? Or U-tone?
Prop time 1, ready to copy.
Props 9 or 1, you're now clear.
So that U-tone's right out there. Let's just go to tab V, okay?
Delta, Oscar, Tango, Mike, Echo, DOT, and...
So what you can do is you can go there, tab T, activate.
Okay, prop time.
What did you just do?
I went direct,
Then to...
tab T is the point, so I go activate.
Okay.
And that just now that gives you a line. Okay, you ready to fly?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to keep flying, and you go, so you do a full review of the plate.
Yeah, Salt Lake Center, good morning, Alaska.
Okay, so we're going straight to TAVT.
50.
Yep.
And
1988.
we have to be at 6,300 feet when we cross that.
Yes.
Okay. And that's a 346 degree radial of something, right? Just what is, since there's no VOR here.
From TAVT, then you go 346 degrees, but it's a 346 degree inbound course.
Okay.
So that's, see that 346 all the way in, and then the final approach is 346 also.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So like I said, I review it. I do a Z. I go across the top. So 122.8 is my freak.
Yeah.
You can just go back up this. We never went back to Salt Lake. AWOS frequency, so you check the weather there.
Okay. Are we close enough to do that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
127.75.
Delta Travis on the 968 Charlie Tango, currently 5 miles to the north on the VOR approach for runway 17. We're going to circle to runway 35, descending through 6,300.
Not getting anything.
No. We'll check it in a little bit. Turn it off. Check it. So weather, your heading and attitude system. Check your heading and attitude.
Okay. Okay, that looks good.
Okay. Clearance. It's a Unicom, so you've got clearance. You would get vectors to it.
And we're on the frequency already.
Yep.
Okay.
And clearance, let down plate review. This is where you do. So I jumped ahead here just to get you situated. Let down plate review. So you go across the top. Now you look at this whole thing. So the inbound course 346. I've got U-tone, TAVT. You're going direct TAVT now. Your current heading is a 021. I'm letting you drift here. And then so it's TAVT, and then you go to runway 3, and then you have ILAC, which is your missed approach point. Okay.
Okay.
You got terrain off to the right. Then over here to 6,300 to TAVT, and we're 42 miles from there, so I'm not really worried about it.
Okay.
6,300. At TAVT, so when you hit that, then you can start your descent down the next fix, and it's 3.8 miles to the runway. Let myself climb, sorry. And I'm descending down to
5080, right?
5080. That's correct. So those are your altitudes. You have your distance there, 3.8. Then you come over here and you look at this. Elevation is 4759. The runway is 5,500 feet long by 75.
Okay.
And you've got another runway off to your northwest.
35 full stop.
Okay.
Touchdown zone evasion.
Looks like it's X'd out though, part of it.
Yeah. I don't want to land on there if I don't have to.
Right.
We're cooking along here. How's my temperature? My cylinder head temperatures?
They look good.
Okay. Keep the throttle up then. We're good on gas. Are we right? Half and just over half.
Where are we looking here?
Gas down there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
just over half, and this one's just.
So you comfortable with the approach? And then the other thing is, so you review this, but then you put it into the system.
Yeah.
To make sure you're good.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So you put it into the system, and now you finish so your let down plate review. You got a little while so you descent check, your speeds,
Delta traffic,
your altimeter,
left base, runway 35, full stop.
and then climb out instructions. Okay?
Okay.
That's W holds ACK.
Okay.
So you've got the aircraft now.
All right, I've
got you 20 feet low, pretty much on course. You're going direct to 50, and you're at 9,500 feet. So you're 3,200 feet above. When we get a little bit closer, then we'll get there.
Delta traffic on the 968 triangle final runway.
We'll go on and start the descent. At this airspeed, you can just keep the airspeed up. So you're going 2 miles a minute roughly. You're going 1.5 miles a minute. So 1.5 miles a minute for every degree nose low is why am I drawing a blank on that? 100 feet per minute. So it's 150 feet per minute at that airspeed. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So at just 90 knots. We'll say your ground speed is 90 knots. So 1 degree nose low is 100 feet per minute. And 100 feet per minute, I'm sorry, 150 feet per minute, 100 feet per nautical mile. I'm confusing you more, I know I am. 1 degree nose low is the 60-to-1 rule, is 100 feet per nautical mile. So if I'm going 1.5 miles per minute, then that's 150 feet per nautical mile. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay? You said K. That doesn't give you a lot of confidence. You understand that.
Say that again.
1 degree nose low, it's a 60-to-1 rule. So if I go 1 degree nose low,
okay,
100 feet per nautical mile. So every mile I travel across the ground,
you go down 100 feet.
I go down 100 feet.
Okay.
So if I wanted to go, but since I'm going 90 knots, that's it's more than, for the 61, it's 100 feet per nautical mile, and I'm going to go 1.5 miles in a minute. I'm 1.5 miles in a minute forward.
Okay.
So 1.5 miles forward means I'm descending 150 feet per nautical mile. My VPI is going to be 150 feet per nautical mile over here.
Okay.
That makes sense? So
all right,
a good descent rate, like what I teach is, for a final approach, I want 300, in an aircraft that's going 60 knots, I want 300 feet per nautical mile, because it's 3 degrees nose low. That's a 3-degree glide path. So
okay,
a nice controlled descent, when we get, so you can back that out. So if you're, let's say you're going to descend at 3 degrees at this airspeed.
okay,
So that's 450 feet per nautical mile, or 450 feet per minute. 150 feet per nautical mile. I'm sorry. 3 degrees is 300 feet per nautical mile.
okay,
So if I'm going 100, I'm going 1.5 miles a minute. That means 450 feet per nautical mile, 450 feet per minute. I'll write it on paper for you when we get down.
okay.
Because I keep saying the wrong thing.
I'm just trying to understand why. What are you trying to tell me there?
So you calculate your descent rate.
Okay.
You calculate your descent rate. So 450 feet per minute. So then I back it out. 450 feet per minute is my descent rate at a 3-degree glide slope. So if I'm 2,200 feet above it, 2,200 feet above, let's just say 2,100 just for easy math's sake, 7 miles away from the fix, it's going to get me down to my altitude at that right altitude. I'm going to go 300 feet per nautical mile. If I have 2,100 feet to lose, that means 7 miles. So 3 degrees, 300 feet times 7 equals 2,100. Or you go 2,100 divided by 3 equals 7 miles. So
okay,
7 miles from the fix. And if I want to be stable at that altitude prior to, so 10 miles prior to the fix, so at 10 miles prior to the fix, I could start down on a 3-degree glide path, and I'll be down there nice and level, comfortable. If I go 12 miles prior, then I'm more comfortable. That allows me time to slow down if I wanted to configure my final approach fix. So that would get you down there at 5 miles per hour, nice and level, nice and calm.
And this is the VSI right here?
Yep.
Okay. I never look at that. I was looking over here.
Yeah.
Because on the simulator it has it right there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just chucking along at 91 knots, and now that we're going south, we've got a headwind. We didn't have one before, now we do. I'm going to look at the winds at altitude. No winds aloft. And that's kind of cool. It automatically shows up on here. I'm not sure why you have this and this, other than I pull this out of the aircraft and I do flight planning at home.
Well, what I usually use this for is I do this nearest airport.
Yeah.
Then I can see it, and then I can it transfers the frequencies into this.
Yeah.
And that's easy to get frequencies in instead of looking them up and typing them in.
Yeah. So if you go here, flight plan, you can do the same thing there.
Yeah. So like I can see right there that how far we are, you know. I mean, that's what I'm used to. I know you can see it here.
Yeah.
But I haven't done this navigation stuff, so I usually have been looking at it there.
But whatever's more comfortable for you is what you use. I'm just trying to figure out how to use this thing, what this gives me that I don't already get elsewhere.
Like if I want to go to frequencies, I do AWAS, and I just swap it.
I gotcha.
So that's just a quick way I've done it.
Gotcha. Now you can look at this chart. One thing this has that this doesn't have is this has a chart. You know, so here's your sectional. I haven't been able to find sectionals in there. So I have these points here. So there's tab T, and then I have the fix, and then I have the airfield right there. So I hit tab T, and what this tells me also is I'm going to turn. So right now I'm going direct to tab T 008. Inbound course is, what was it, 346?
Yeah.
346, which I knew before, but this gives me a visual depiction of it, a better visual depiction of it. That's there also. When are we flying next? On next Monday?
We haven't scheduled anything.
Okay. Why don't we'll do Monday, and we'll talk more about this. Rather than being rushed to get planning and me being late, we'll talk about it, and then we will do pattern work. We can go down to Nephi because it's pretty quick.
Yeah.
But it's still gonna. If you can fly down there, it ends up being a 2-hour flight. So just staying right there in the pattern with Provo, where they kind of hold your hand, give you vectors, and we'll go through the 3 different approaches on the ground. We'll talk through it, so you can talk me through your checklist, and then we'll go from there. Okay?
Yeah, it'd be good to go over all that stuff, not while I'm flying.
Yeah.
So I understand it better.
Yeah. The beauty of what we just did, though, is you will have seen it. You will be able to then, kind of go through. You will have seen it. You will have flown it. You'll be able to watch your tape again.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to then put it all together a lot better. So the next time you fly approaches, it's not going to be a big deal. You'll pull up the approach plate and say, okay, I'm here. I'm working around the pattern. The saddest thing is that you tape me with my terrible communication about that descent rate.
Yeah, I always ask the instructor too if they're okay with me taping it. I put it on YouTube too, just so I can easily go watch it.
Fine. So now that we've cut our breaths, when are you going to descend down? When do you have to descend down to be at TAVT at 6,300 feet?
Okay, so I'm at 9,500.
Yeah.
So I need to go down 2,200 feet, right?
Actually, I'm 3,200 feet.
Oh yeah, 3,200 feet. So,
if you're going to do a 3-degree glide slope, or a 3-degree descent rate, how many miles?
I don't know if I understand the math there. So, I'm going at 100 knots right now.
100 feet per nautical mile is 1 degree. So
300 feet per nautical mile is 3 degrees.
Yeah. So you take 3,200 and divide it by 300.
So 11 about.
Yeah, about 11.
11 miles away, I start descending.
That's correct.
Now, is this distance right here to
TAVT? Yes.
Okay. Okay. I've been descending already. Dang it. See, you distracted me.
I did.
Delta traffic, Madison State, Charlie.
Making you walk and chew gum at the same time.
Oh, I'm chewing gum at the same time.
I know.
That you gave me.
That was part of my evil plan.
I'm going to get back up to 9,500, and 11 miles away is when I start descending at 300 feet per.
Yeah. So before you do that, the W holds act checklist. I'd make sure you do a descent checklist. So you've got 8 miles before you descend. So 8 miles to do the checklist.
Okay, and those checklists I don't have memorized for sure right now.
That's why I'm talking you through them.
Okay, so weather, we tried, but we didn't get it, so we'll try it again.
Temperature 7 Celsius. Dew point -2. Altimeter 3025. Delta Municipal Airport. Automated weather observation 2123. Zulu weather wind 340 at 10 visibility 10 clear below 12,000 temperature 6 Celsius. Dew point -2. Altimeter 3025.
Okay. So we are coming in on the right.
Yeah.
Runway.
November 738 Juliet Delta, you on frequency?
Yes, we are. 738 Juliet Delta.
Yes, sir. Salt Lake City was trying to get a hold of you. They wanted to let you know radar services terminated, squawk VFR, and frequency change is approved.
Excellent. Thank you. 738 Juliet Delta.
All right. Have a great day.
You too.
He's just trying to close the loop with this. We could have checked in with them again. No. Because it is 60 miles. It probably would have been the right answer to check in with them.
Okay, so I did the weather.
Heading and attitude.
Heading and attitude. Okay, so I'm. Does this is just checking that I'm going in the right direction, right?
No, checking that your systems are working. So, how's my compass here working? So that's showing
it looks
015, and for a mag that looks pretty good. And then my attitude system, so about 5 degrees nose high. This one is not. We didn't set that on the ground. So you're showing line on line there, you're level. You can do some turns if you want to, just to make sure it's working. Looks like it is.
Yeah. Okay.
You're using that as your primer, but you always want your backup squared away also.
Okay.
So heading and attitude systems, obtain clearance. So you're on 122.8 to talk to them.
Okay.
Your descent's going to give me about 600 feet per minute at this airspeed. Flashing 7 seconds until a 348 heading. And the course will swap on me. And now, 348 heading, starting down. One thing we did not get is in our W holds our climb out. We are not doing that climb out. We're going to go straight forward. All right?
Okay.
About 4 degrees descent. 600 feet per minute. And my winds are 350, so pretty much right down the pipe. I'm going to sneak on down here and get on down here quickly, and then I'm going to configure for landing. Getting blown a little bit left of course. Right of course, sorry. 344 for a correction in. 68 for 59.
Okay, so why did that blue arrow pop up? Oh,
sure.
It's gone now.
I'm not sure what it's doing. Okay. Right on course. 66 for 59. 700 feet per minute descent. That's fine. Nice and healthy, but not scary. About 500 above. Point.
You're 500 above what?
My minimums.
Oh.
5,900 feet. Actually, yeah, 5,900 feet. Starting to catch my altitude here. Pulling the power back a little bit so I can configure. I'm going to pull this out a little bit. That'll help also. Put it back in. Trimming for approach speed. So I'm right there on altitude. Barely above it. Trim it off.
Traffic, gyro 453, left downwind to left base, runway 25, touch and go, E5.
At 38 Juliet Delta is on about a 3-mile final, runway 35. Okay, the speeds are good. Flaps coming down.
And we're on short final now, runway 35, stop and go.
Copy on short final, runway 35. We're a 3-mile final. Looking for you. Okay, 60 knots, do I fly?
65.
Okay, so now I broke out visual and I'm descending below, picking up a normal glide path. You want to fly?
Yeah. Alright, I have flight controls.
You have flight controls. Give me a great landing. Then the guy on downwind, and then a guy doing a stop and go.
Do you see him on downwind?
I don't. I'm not sure if it was the same guy. Because he called downwind in short final.
Nephi traffic, 73 Juliet Delta is on a 2-mile final for runway 35.
Oh, it's a helicopter. There he is.
And gyro 453 is on about a quarter-mile final for 35, stop and go.
You may not be able to do a landing. You may just go around. Let's see.
Just go around. He's still on there.
Yeah, just go around. Just come to the left.
Nephi traffic, 738 Julie, Delta is doing a go around for runway 35.
You're going
traffic.
West of the runway. Tell them west of the runway.
West?
Yeah. Tell him you're going west.
Oh.
Nephi traffic, 738 Julie, Delta is west of the runway 35, doing a go around, heading north towards Provo.
What in the world is that thing?
It's a gyro. Probably a gyrocopter.
That looks like a real helicopter. I don't know.
The motor doesn't spin it. The air spins that. As you go through the air, it spins.
Really?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound safe to me.
All right.
So here's where we're going to go.
You want me to put goggles back on?
Yeah, I have the aircraft.
Yeah, but... All right.
Do you see how I kind of did that in terms of pacing on that approach?
Yeah. How you did the pacing?
So I'm going to go direct to nearest airport, PVU, activate. Now I'm going to go like this, procedure, approach, ILS, runway 13, activate.
Looks busy over there.
Yep. Now,
Nephi traffic, 738 Juliet Delta is 1 mile north of the field at 6,000, climbing, heading north.
There's somebody 800 feet above us? They're south of us, though.
Yeah. And they're heading the other way.
Okay.
Nephi traffic, 453,
I'm setting up.
Downwind for runway 35, Nephi.
$118.85.
Report better contact 5 miles southwest of Deep Provo Airport, taking out.
There. And then what's the tower frequency?
400 feet.
125.3, I think.
Yeah. Enter. So you got that in your backup.
We'd like the ILS approach from Fairfield.
I'm going to do it the way you did it.
4 under maintain VFR information kilo comfort Provo.
With that information and
Click it again, and then frequencies.
AWAS.
And then swap it. Except for you want ATIS.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's the same frequency.
Okay. Okay, procedures.
Station 1 Charlie Quebec flighting 320.
320 Charlie Quebec.
Okay. You got the ILS set up. I'm going to set all your frequencies up. 110.3. And that frequency is 108.4. So you got the Provo frequency in. 134 for the inbound course. I'm going to set this. On a sec.
It's already set.
45 reduced speed now to 210.
134.
Station 1 Charlie Quebec, cleared visual approach runway 13.
Clear visual 13, 271 Charlie Quebec.
Okay, that's set. Get the weather here momentarily. So I've got 118.85 for your approach. I've got tower set in. I'm going to do 119.4 here.
Citation 1 Charlie Quebec, contact tower 125.3.
Go tower, see you later, 271 Charlie Quebec.
For ground frequency, I'm listening to COM 2.
No flight. Primary radar not available. Radar services are available from Salt Lake approach on transponder equipped aircraft only. Use caution for bird activity.
Climb to 8,500.
This contact. Bravo tower information kilo time 2155 weather. Wind variable at 5 knots. Visibility better than 5,005. Temperature 04 dew point.
All right, 8,500. So we have information kilo.
I didn't get it, although.
I didn't either.
Primary radar not available. Radar services are available from Salt Lake approach on transponder equipped aircraft only. Use caution for bird activity. Advise you have kilo on initial contact. Bravo tower information kilo time 2155 weather. Wind variable at 5 knots. Cylinder visibility better than 5,005. Temperature 04 dew point -2. Altimeter is 3027. Expect a visual approach runway 13. Departure aircraft advise ground control direction of flight. Primary radar not available. Radar services are available from Salt Lake approach on transponder equipped aircraft only. Use caution for bird activity. Advise you have kilo on initial contact. Bravo tower information kilo time 2155 weather. Wind variable at 5 knots. Cylinder visibility better than 5,000.
1 wide right 360.
Okay.
Are you using runway 13?
Yep. 13 kilo. So now I would check in with Salt Lake approach at 8,500 feet. Looking for a practice, 8,500 feet with kilo. Looking for a practice ILS to runway 13 full stop. Tell them where you are.
That's 4167, climb and maintain.
Okay, so I'm going to say Salt Lake. Do I tell them all that on the initial contact?
I'll say Salt Lake, this is Salt Lake 38 Juliet, Skyhawk 38 Juliet Delta is at 8,500 feet, 20 south of where are we?
Go back here.
We're 27 to the southwest of Provo. You're about 20 to the south of Provo.
And then that's all I say, the first one?
What? You'll say 20 to the southwest of Provo with kilo request.
Okay.
So you tell them where you are so they know where to look on their scope. And your VFR aircraft got kilo, so he doesn't ask you if you have kilo. And you say request, and then he'll say, go ahead, 38 Juliet Delta Squawk 4578, and you'll put in 4576, and you'll say 4576 squawking, request to practice ILS full stop at Provo.
Okay.
Guys, 4167, resume normal speed, cross Trila at or above flight level 190.
Salt Lake, Skyhawk 738 Juliet Delta is 20 miles south of Provo at 8,500 with request.
Check 20 to the left.
38 Juliet Delta, Salt Lake approach, Squawk 0315, say request.
Is that us?
Yeah, 0315.
Squawk 0351. 0315, 738 Juliet Delta.
And
3,000 kilo.
And he said, say request. Somebody else.
I can't hear him.
10,000, 10,000, expect a visual approach runway 13.
10,000, we got the airport intelligence 383.
Oh, I said, yeah, that heading was good.
Okay. South of the Fairfield Vortex, say intention.
That's for you. So you want?
I didn't hear it. I can barely hear him.
38 Juliet Delta is looking for vectors for a practice ILS full stop at Provo.
Hey, Juliet Delta, roger. Maintain VFR report the information. Kilo, just resume my navigation for now. You can expect vectors closer in.
38 Juliet Delta, and we have kilo.
Thank you.
I can't hear him. Why can't I hear that channel?
I don't know. Your ears are not tuned to it.
83, turn 5 degrees right. Traffic 12 o'clock, 8 miles northbound, 8,500 Diamond Star.
At 5 degrees to the right, Legion 33.
Legion 383, descend and maintain 9 or 1,000.
9,000, Legion 383.
Legion 3 that Diamond Star is heading over the Fairfield Vortex. They'll be heading northwestbound. Do you want to take the visual from there?
Now, as you're coming in here,
okay.
Legion 3, do your third visual approach runway 13. Join final outside, wave it for
You keep turning on me. I keep giving you a heading to avoid the weather, and you keep turning into it. Come left 10 degrees.
Is it this bug?
I don't know what you said.
368,
What heading do you want me to go?
I told you, I said check left 20 degrees. Oh. So that's a left turn 20 degrees.
I don't know where I was.
Over here, I'll give you a heading. By the heading.
Solid approach, Wolf 3-4. We have a kilo and we would like to practice
So go through your checklist, W hold. So your weather, we've got your weather.
Okay.
Heading and attitude systems.
Gas 4167, contact Salt Lake Center 133.9er.
Okay.
Gas 2963, proceed direct scan.
Okay.
This seems a little off.
4000, runway 34 left, verify Yankee. Is that Jet 368?
So do you have, so if you checked your heading and attitude systems, you went through that. Obtain clearance. Do you have clearance?
Jet 368, descend and maintain 16,006.
You're still waiting on clearance for the approach, but you do have clearance. He said maintain VFR, and I'll pick up vectors here when you get closer. So,
oh, okay.
So you've got your initial clearance.
Okay.
Letdown plate route. You want me to take the aircraft so you can set up?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have flight controls.
I have the aircraft.
Okay, so we're doing the Provo ILS runway 13.
4,000, runway 34 left.
All right, so 45, basically 4,500 touchdown zone.
Don't miss that. Start with the frequencies first as you come over.
Oh. 110, so that's right there in standby, so we need to switch it.
Control will let you know.
You can switch now
to 210.
Okay. And then approach course is 134.
Got a 1410, select departure.
We did ATIS. We have
11,000, maintain 250.
Provo Tower ready. Okay.
And ground is in, you're just not listening to it.
Right.
Legion 383,
okay.
Tower 125.3.
And then
Yeah, 383. Yep.
our initial approach fix
Salt Lake Center 119.905
is
Got 2963, climb and maintain flight level 230.
clear up here.
Yeah, but we're not going to do that. They'll give us vectors. They'll turn us inside here.
Direct arches.
Okay.
What's your final approach fix?
My final approach fix is
Delta 1145.
If you can't see it on here, then go to here, and maybe easier to see. And final approach fix on a
wave it.
Yeah.
Got the star.
The lightning bolt.
The lightning bolt, yeah.
It's not a final approach fix because it's an ILS, so it's a glide slope intercept altitude.
Okay.
Location. It is final approach fix. They just don't label like that.
So wave it, and we need to be at 6,300.
10 degrees left vector for sequence expected.
And then we go from there to.
Wait, just a sec.
Got 4167, contact Salt Lake Center 133.9er.
Okay, that wasn't a.
That was 2963, Sarasky.
Then we go to IPVU.
3 contact Salt Lake Center 133.
Yep. Not sure what that is.
That's
not up here.
IPVU, that's the radio. See that?
Right there. Oh.
Right here. Localizer, IPVU. So it's your visual descent point is defined off your localizer. 2.5 in the DME. That's what that's saying.
And where do I see the DME? That's the distance?
Yeah, that's the thing that's irritating for me is I don't
miles westbound on
I don't know where it is. So
it's right here.
Got localizer selected. That's 16 miles to wave on the GPS.
Okay.
You should get a readout on so you got localizer 1 selected. Frequency's already ready.
Okay, so I'm going to go to wave it, be down to 6,300, and
then you're doing an ILS, so you go down to 5077.
5077.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will probably do the landing out of that one. And the reason is because you're on a glide slope. You're only 200 feet above the ground.
Okay.
See the 5077? Actually, no, you're going to 4697. I was
4697.
36 only first, instead of maintain 1000,
Okay.
runway 34.
All right. What else do I need in my checklist?
So that's your letdown plate review. And then for the airfield, just kind of look at, I'm coming here, the majority of the airfield's to the east. And there's nothing major that I have to be concerned with.
Okay.
4497 is touchdown elevation.
That was 1719, proceed direct.
I've got all that. And so if you can do all this review before you're listening to him, then it's easier.
Okay.
Now I'm low on altitude for you. So then, descent check, so do your descent check.
On this?
Yep.
Okay. So we got ATIS, we set our altimeter, we did the approach breeze, safety belts and seats are adjusted and set, fuel level, yeah, we're good. Fuel selectors on both, mixture is enriched.
Approach Wolf 32.
Okay.
Wolf 32.
Carb heat as required.
I'd have Wolf 32.
Which will turn on when we start descending. Engine gauges.
I'll generally turn on before.
Yeah.
Because just to make sure, if I have accumulating ice at this altitude, then it'll take care of it.
Okay. Circuit breakers are all in, but that one. Landing lights on. Okay.
36, proceed direct hit.
Okay.
Delta 1260, Salt Lake approach.
W holds.
4,000, 14,000, runway 34 left.
Descent check, altimeter, which is in the checklist, but you got it already. And then climb out instructions. If you weren't staying with tower, you get climb out instructions. So just say for climb out instructions, I'm staying with tower.
Okay.
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 But then,
now what?
Now it's your turn to fly.
All right, I have flight controls.
You have flight controls.
Okay, so I'm maintaining this heading, right?
Yeah. Got you up altitude a little bit there, but not a big deal.
Delta 1719, climb and maintain flight level 230.
3 Juliet Delta, come right heading 340. I'm sorry, 350.
350, come right 350.
Delta 179, actually, sorry, I meant the maintain 3000. Delta 2900, climb and maintain 1000. Delta 1145, contact approach 125.7. Delta 1260, reduce me now to 210. Wolf 34, there's traffic departing 13 Alpha Provo and Airbus, let me know if you see them. Compass 5836, traffic 11 o'clock, 3 miles southbound, 1000 for 13,000, Boeing 717. Delta 2900, proceed direct scant. Delta 1260, turn 5 degrees left, expect direct Oker. Delta 2900, maintain the 1000, 11,000, I gave you something.
I don't know why that channel's so low.
1234, you're 2 miles from Wave, maintain VFR, cleared ILS from my 13 approach.
Maintain VFR, cleared ILS approach, 1234.
Delta 1304, solid departure, radar contact, maintain 10,000. Delta 1719, climb and maintain flight level 230. Compass 5836, descend and maintain 13,000. Delta 2900, climb and maintain 12,000, resume normal speed. Delta 1719, resume normal speed.
Oh shit.
And Delta 1719, trial out above 190, please.
I'll generally leave 1084 up because it's giving me a
1260, descend and maintain 12,000.
It's not pointing very well.
533, 6700 for 9,000.
Leaving, climb and maintain 9,000.
That bearing pointing 1084 should be pointing towards the which is over there.
That was 5836, reduce speed to 210.
Departure Legion 533, 7,000, 9,000.
Delta 1260, turn 5 degrees left.
And then when he starts vectoring me for final,
that was 5836,
then I'll select it.
124.3.
Because this is giving me SA on where I am.
Delta 2900, climb and maintain flight level 230.
That make sense?
Delta 1304,
yeah. The ILS tells me nothing, because watch this. If I do this, that needle goes away.
Departure Legion 533, 8,000 for 9,000.
But if I have that, it's giving me it's pointing me to the station.
Okay. Legion 533 departure, yep.
Yep, 8,300, 9,000, Legion 533.
Legion 533, turn left heading at 210, clearance just a second.
Left turn 210, Legion 533.
Got a 1719, contact Salt Lake Center 133.9er. Delta 1260, traffic 12 o'clock, 3 miles, turning southbound, climbing 11,000 Airbus. Got a 1304, traffic will be off the right side, eastbound 13 for 12,000, going 737. Got 5988, select the approach, center maintain 14,000, 34 left will be with you in a second. Legion 533, climb and maintain 10,000, 10,000.
10,000, Legion 533.
Salt Lake 134, coming switch over to tower.
Delta 1260, thank you. Delta 1304, traffic no faster, climb and maintain flight level 230. That was 5988 Yankees, current stay altitude. Legion 533, flighting 180, climb and maintain 14,000.
180 heading 14,000, Legion 533.
2900, center 133.9er. Delta 2560, turn right direct over.
So if you lost your engine, where are you going to go right now?
I take the goggles off and look for somewhere.
Yeah, that'll be the right.
533, turn. Go ahead. Legion 533, cleared to Mesa Gateway via radar vectors, Bryce Canyon, then as filed. Climb and maintain 14,000 and fly heading 160. Select flight level 370 within 10 minutes.
Alright, I'll start with the 160 heading, Legion 533 cleared to IWA radar vectors for Bryce Canyon as filed. Maintain 14,000 and expect 37 in 10 minutes.
Gate Juliet Delta flatting 310 vectors, final approach course, maintain VFR.
Say again, heading for Juliet Delta?
310.
Copy 310 for Juliet Delta.
Delta 1260, flighting 1, are you in the turn there, sir? Thank you.
Start
5988, descend to maintain 13,000.
Okay.
Delta 1304, resume normal speed.
He's just setting you up on downwind now.
34, contact tower 125.3.
And you can see here you're parallel on the course.
Gate Juliet Delta, and you're looking for the ILS, correct?
That's correct, 738 Juliet Delta.
Delta 1260, descend to maintain 10,000, contact approach 125.7.
As soon as he starts vectoring you back, then you can descend down to 6,300. There's not a real rush, but he's going to get you past wave it, but not too far past wave it.
Okay.
You can see we're about to beam it right now. He'll get you past, he'll probably make a turn, so you'll want to start a descent down.
Now?
No, when he vectors you. When he starts to turn, then you can start a descent down. I mean, your VFR, so you could do it now, but out over this very cold lake, I'm going to keep as much altitude between me and it as I can.
Legion 533, contact Salt Lake Center 133.9er.
33.9 Legion 533.
Oh, you've got 5980, descend to maintain 12,000. Got a 1304, contact Salt Lake Center 133.9er, you have a good day.
What time is it?
3:30. Right on time. We'll land, ask them to put 10 aside in it. And
what was that?
We'll land and ask them to put 10 gallons per side.
Got 5988, reduce speed to 210, contact approach 125.7. Okay, Juliet Delta, turning 040, vector south approach course.
Turn 040, 738, Juliet Delta.
Okay.
At 11:37, Salt Lake approach, center maintain 14,000, runway 34 left.
I would start my descent. You can start your descent. How about you start it right when you roll out on 040?
Okay.
And Delta 11:37, reduce speed now to 210. Got 3468, select departure, radar contact, resume normal speed. Well, 32, sorry about that. You're still there. 7,500 is what I'm showing for you.
Yeah, we're currently at 7,400, Wolf 32.
Wolf 32, thank you. So I got center 3029 your radar contact 5 miles north of the Provo Airport.
Thank you, Wolf 32.
So the 11:37 after slowing, descend and maintain 13,000.
Now for the ILS, you'll configure prior to intercepting. He's on vectors now, so go ahead. He's giving you a vector.
Oh, he did?
Okay, Juliet Delta flying 110.
040.
Huh?
Right turn 110, intercept localizer for Juliet Delta.
110?
Yeah. 3468, climb and maintain 2,000, 12,000.
I didn't hear that, sorry.
Yeah, well, I was talking about the same time he was talking.
The 11:37, actually, maintain 4,000, 14,000, please.
You're trying to take instruction from two people at the same time.
Yeah, 3468, climb and maintain 13,000.
I would descend down and then I would get configured.
Okay, Juliet Delta 2 miles from wave at maintain VFR clear ILS runway 13 approach.
38 Juliet Delta is clear the approach, runway 13 ILS.
32 traffic a mile south northwest.
Don't do a radio call like that.
Looks to become the
That wasn't a good one.
Thanks for traffic, Wolf 32.
Okay, 3468, not
So you
exceed
see,
250 knots.
you're flying ahead and you just blew through the localizer.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, go right.
Oh.
Salt Lake approach, Wolf 35, 5 miles north of Provo, would like the VOR approach.
Wolf 35, Salt Lake approach.
So intercept it, 6,300.
29 information, kilo current for Provo.
Wolf 35, ident.
Okay, Juliet Delta, contact tower 125.3.
Contact tower 125.3, 738 Juliet Delta.
Yeah, 34.
Wolf 15, make right traffic, runway 13, report midfield right downwind.
How far are we?
You're just outside glide slope intercept on the ILS.
So that's what I tell them?
Yeah.
Provo Tower, helicopter 95, Bravo Charlie at Fugle, requesting departure directly from the hangar to the north.
Helicopter,
don't lose your your course.
Helicopter 95, Bravo Charlie, Bravo Tower, departure from the ramp is at pilot zone risk, north departure approved, wind 3007, altimeter 3027.
95, Bravo Charlie, roger.
Provo Tower 738 Juliet Delta is approaching runway 13 just before the glide slope intercept on ILS.
So 738 Juliet Delta, Provo Tower, runway 13, clear to land.
Runway 13 clear to land, 738 Juliet Delta.
Now you'll find this course is a whole lot more sensitive than anything else. So you're approaching wave it, and you should be configured right now. Configured for landing.
Okay, so slow down a little.
Yeah.
For flaps.
7, runway 13, clear touch and go inside sus traffic, 5 mile final.
Now you got to start down. You see, that's your glide slope right there, and you're going above it. So that's why I said you get on course. And
so I want to follow that green.
Yep.
The green dot here and the green line.
Yep.
Wolf 7, if able, make short approach.
Make short approach, Wolf 7.
So you're above glide slope now.
I'm above?
Yep. That's you there. You need to pull that dot up to centered.
You need to pull the dot up?
You push it down. So push down to get that line to.
Oh, I was trying to line up this with the green dot. Gotcha. And now I need to come to the right.
Yep.
St. Juliet Delta, Katana traffic turning on 1 mile right base.
Juliet Delta's looking. So if you go full course deflection, you have to go missed approach. So don't let it go full course deflection. You've got the glide slope now, so hold that, but then recapture the steering bar.
Now I'm going below the glide slope, right?
Yep. That's right, you're doing fine. This is your first ILS.
Helicopter 5 Bravo Charlie, frequency change group.
5 Bravo Charlie to 1. Bravo Tower, Will 15, midfield right downwind for 13.
Will 15, number 3, follow Cessna, 3 mile
Make
final.
the correction, get it on final.
Number 3 following Cessna on a 3 mile final.
Not too big. Because remember, your inbound course is 134. If you're 10 degrees off, you're going to shoot right through it. So you just make small corrections and let it happen. So right now you're never going to get it. So if you had like about a 137, you'll slowly drift over to it.
15 has traffic inside.
Will 15, follow Cessna, runway 13, clear to land.
Follow Cessna, clear to land on runway 13, Wolf 15.
So now I'm too low, right?
Now you're too high.
Oh, too high.
Yep. And your altitude that you should be going to is 4697. So get your course on, because now it gets really sensitive, and now you make it uncorrectable. Okay. I'm going to take over now.
All right. You have like
come out from the goggles.
So you'll be following Gulfstream traffic, turning on the 8 mile final, make 1 left 360.
I'll make a left 360, Wolf 15.
Now look at the
Wolf 7, make left traffic
guidance.
for 1 circuit.
Wolf 7, make left traffic.
You want to land or you want me to?
Yeah. I'm just going to go ahead and land. I don't want to do swap aircraft control this low.
Okay.
You just kind of look at the data, and I'm purposely getting low, but I'm on course. Now it's easier for me because I'm looking outside. And as I get, see the VASIs are aligned with the deal. Yeah. So my flaps are down, and I'm fast. A little bit, not really fast, but just a little bit.
Overwave it inbound on the
13. Gulfstream 236 Fox.
That was a terrible landing.
Runway 13.
Nose landing, huh?
Clear to land runway 13, 6 Fox here.
Okay, flaps come up.
So St. Juliet Delta, turn left Alpha 3, contact ground 119.4.
Left Alpha 3, we'll talk to ground when we get off. For Juliet Delta. He's got somebody behind us. Every aircraft's just a little bit
15,
different.
following Gulfstream traffic, 4 mile final, report traffic in sight.
We have the traffic in sight, Wolf 15.
One 194.
We got it right here.
Oh.
Bravo ground. 3 Juliet Delta is clear the active going to Tech Air.
73 Juliet Delta, Provo ground taxi to the ramp via Alpha, cross runway 18.
We'll cross runway 18 and we'll taxi to the ramp via Alpha for 38 Juliet Delta. How'd your first ILS feel? It's work, and it's so sensitive as you get closer, and you just feel like you're chasing it. That's why you set very specific headings. Say, I'm a dot off. 134 is inbound course, and so you recite what the inbound course is. Then when you make a correction, it's just a small correction. You know, you'll just let it go. Okay, I'm downwind, so I need to do a little bit more of a correction. So at 134, I'm going to go 139, and then you let that happen, and it starts coming in. And then you fix it and set your wind corrected heading. And then this is new to me. I was expecting something to show up here. That's your only glide slope, and so you're just trying to make it line up.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. Good thing I'm getting training.
Yeah, you'll get it. Literally, you'll do 15 of them and go, holy cow, that's pretty easy. Why was it so hard before? And then you'll get comfortable and you'll do one for real in the weather, and you'll forget something, and it'll get you behind, and you'll feel like you have no idea what you're doing. Now, where am I supposed to park?
Just they usually marshal you in somewhere.
The Legion's there. Get that Piper. And
maybe over by his helicopter, I guess.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Because there's an arrow in the spot that we came from.
Yeah.
Bravo ground, Beach 133, Bravo Alpha, the Delta run-up area. We'd like to return to Alpine ramp.
Beach 13, Bravo Alpha from ground. Taxi via Delta, hold short of runway 13.
Delta, hold short of 13, Bravo Alpha.
Ground 236, Fox Sierra. We're taxi depart.
I've got chocks behind my seat. We'll just chalk it ourselves.
Into the hangar.
Okay.
That's affirmative, sir.
36 Fox Sierra, taxi Alpha.
Alright, brakes. Avionics off. Alright, 1214.6.